Hey, honey, fancy seeing you here.
You've been in here for like 3 hours. You don't even have your phone lit. It's inside the magazine, isn't it?
Maybe. Well, while I have you here, you mind if I tell you a little something about Bitcoin?
It doesn't really seem like I have a choice now, does it? Wait, Bitcoin? Didn't you lose all of our money in Bitcoin in 2022?
That's neither here nor there. Let me tell you a little something about what I like to call and what developers like to call OpCat.
Oh my! We're getting a cat. We're getting a cat finally.
No, actually, I went to the pound right before I got here from work and bought 3 more dogs, including an English bulldog, a mastiff, and a German shepherd.
But I'm allergic to dogs. You know that.
Don't worry, honey. I got a subscription to Walgreens for unlimited Benadryls.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now let me tell you a little bit about OpCat. In the early days of Bitcoin, there was something called OpCat, an opcode that allowed the combination of values on the stack. However, it was disabled due to potential issues with script evaluation.
Okay.
Fast forward to today, and we have a new and improved OpCat introduced through a BIP, Bitcoin Improvement Proposal. It's like a superpower for TapScript developers expanding their toolbox.
I wish you would use your toolbox instead of sitting here all day on your...
OpCat pops the 2 values off the stack, merges them together, and then pushes the combined value back on top. But wait, it's not a free-for-all. There are some rules in place.
I thought there were rules in this house, but obviously there aren't any either.
Are you done? OpCat won't work if there are less than 2 values on the stack, and it also checks if the combined size exceeds the maximum script element size of 520 bytes. This ensures things stay reasonably within limits.
Wait, am I supposed to still be listening?
Now, what's the motivation here? TapScript, a scripting language in Bitcoin, needed a way to combine objects on the stack more flexibly. Enter OpCat, designed to overcome this limitation and boost the functionality of TapScript.
Okay, I honestly understood about 15 words that you just said, and 16 of them were cat.
I'm going to ignore the fact that you just said that out loud. Now, let me tell you some of the use cases of OpCat. I'm going to break it down for you right here. The first one are tree signatures. Think of a multi-signature script as a way for multiple people to collectively control access to a fund. Now imagine this script is like a tree. The more branches or public keys or participants it has, the more complex it becomes. It also grows logarithmically, meaning it doesn't get overwhelmingly large as you add more participants. And this structure allows for more advanced spin conditions, giving the group more flexibility in managing and using the funds.
Again, I do.
Post-quantum Lamport signatures. In the world of cryptography, Lamport signatures are like a special way to sign messages securely. Post-quantum means it's resistant to attacks from future quantum computers. OpCat, with its ability to hash values, enhances the securities of these signatures. It's like having a supercharged toolbox that enables cryptographic technique to create robust and secure signatures for Bitcoin transactions, even in the face of advanced computing threats.
That reminds me, didn't you download LimeWire recently and get us a virus?
Continuing, non-equivocation contracts. Picture a scenario where you're dealing with financial transactions. You want to ensure that no one can cheat the system by spending the same money twice. That's double spending. Non-equivocation contracts are like rules or tools in Bitcoin payment channels that punish anyone attempting such deceit. They add a layer of security and functionality to the payment system, making sure transactions are genuine and preventing fraudulent activities. You won't be able to drown this out. Vaults. Vaults in the context of Bitcoin are like highly secure containers for storing funds that go beyond just a regular safe. They are fortified against various threats. OpCat in this context is a critical tool in constructing these vaults. It plays a key role by allowing the stacking and merging of values, contributing to complex structures that make these vaults resistant to malicious attempts. So it's not just about storing funds, it's about creating a robust defense mechanism against potential threats to your Bitcoin holdings.
Well, here's the thing that I have a problem with. If you want to deal with smart contract technology, why not just stay on Ethereum? Why not just keep it simple on Bitcoin and have OpCat just stay off the chain? I want a cat.
Why was OpCat disabled? Initially, OpCat faced removal due to its potential for exponential memory usage and script evaluation. For example, a specific crypt could result in a stack value larger than 1 terabyte. However, modern TapScript now enforces a maximum stack element size of 520 bytes, addressing this concern. Now, honey, I'm going to finish up for you here.
It's about time. Now that all the hot water's gone.
You blame me for everything, hun. In a nutshell, OpCat is a game changer for TapScript developers, offering a simple, modular, and powerful opcode. It unlocks new possibilities and enhances the capabilities of Bitcoin. I'm already sleeping on the couch tonight, so let me tell you one more thing about OpCat and the implementation of it. I'm going to show you a little code here, and then I'm going to break it down for you.
So what you're saying is, in simpler terms, DPCat takes the top 2 things on the list stack, sticks them together, and puts the result back on the list, but it checks first to make sure that there are enough things on the list and that the result won't be too big. This helps keep things organized and prevents potential issues in the process.
Yes, honey. I'll go make dinner.
Well, hey, little Johnny, you're not so little anymore. Oh my golly, you've gotten big.
You tell me that every time I'm in here, and then you stick the little mirror in my mouth and start asking me a bunch of questions. So can we just get to it before you do that?
Okay, Johnny, now lean back and let's see those pretty teeth open up wide now. So how you been, Johnny? How's everything going in your life? How are your parents? How are your pets? How's your school going? Are you still doing that thing? You're gonna have to speak up, Johnny. It's hard to hear. Well, you know what? I'm just going to talk to you. I know you're 12 years old. It's going to be a little tough, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about Opcat, okay? So first of all, it's like a superpower for people who make cool stuff in Bitcoin. Opcat grabs the top 2 things in a pile, sticks them together, and puts the combo back in top. But wait, it has rules. It won't work if there are fewer than 2 things in the pile. It also checks that the combo is too big. This keeps everything in check. In Bitcoin's secret language TapScript, they needed a way to mix things up in the pile. Enter Opcat here to make things more interesting. Let me get some of that spit real quick. So Johnny, you understand what I'm saying?
I think so. But did you want to ask me a question now that I can actually speak?
Oh, you're okay. It's okay. No pressure. Let's lean back and get back to it. Now, Johnny, do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, Johnny, always the jokester. Let's talk about some use cases of Opcat. So first we have tree signatures, which imagine a special script where lots of people control money together. It's like a tree growing without getting too big, making spending money more flexible. Or we have post-quantum Lamport signatures. Think of super secure signatures of Bitcoin that can handle future computer threats. Opcat boosts their power. And we have non-equivocation contracts, preventing cheating in money deals with special rules. That's what these contracts do. Opcat helps keep things honest. And we have vaults. Imagine a super safe place for your money in Bitcoin. Opcat helps build these fortresses, making sure your money stays safe.
What you're saying actually makes a lot of sense. I wish you could...
Johnny, lean back, please, okay? We gotta get through this today. Now, which flavor would you like, Johnny? We got raspberry, chocolate mint, vanilla, and shoelace.
Did you say...
Lean back, Johnny. I'll just pick one for you. I'll surprise you. Now, nobody ever really picks the shoelace, but you know what? You're not complaining, so we'll just keep going with that while I talk to you a little more. Well, here's the thing. Why was it disabled? Well, at first, Opcat caused too many big memory issues, so they turned it off. But now, modern Bitcoin has a limit to keep things under control. So, Johnny, in all, Opcat is like a game changer for people making cool stuff in Bitcoin. It opens new doors and makes Bitcoin even more awesome. You know what, Johnny? You're going to need a little bit of anesthesia for this next part, so we're going to go ahead and put you to sleep.
Wait, what? Yeah.
Now, Johnny, I know your eyes are closed right now, but if you look over at the wall, let's talk about that code that you see. Well, if you look at the Opcat operation, this is like the secret move in Bitcoin's language that combines 2 things on the list. And then we're going to check the stack size. First, the code checks if there are at least 2 things on the list. If not, it says, oops, can't do this move without enough things. And then if you look at getting references to stack elements, it grabs the names of the top 2 things on the list, calling them VCH1 and VCH2. And then it checks for combined size. Another check happens to see if putting these 2 things together would make something too big. If yes, it says, sorry, too much. Then we have concatenation. Now comes the fun part. It sticks the second thing, VCH2, onto the end of the first thing, VCH1. Lastly, it says, okay, we use the second thing, so let's remove it from the list. You know, Johnny, in simpler terms, Opcat is like taking the top 2 things on the list, sticking them together, and putting the results back. But it's smart. It checks if there are enough things and makes sure the result isn't too big. This keeps everything in order and avoids any problems along the way.
Yeah, I love catnip. I need catnip.
Johnny, it's always great talking with you. Can't wait to see you next year.
my job, I heard from about 4,000 miles away, deep in the heart of Africa, that you were thinking about supporting OpCat. Let me tell you why you should not. And ma'am, when I say you shouldn't, I say you better not, okay?
Did you just threaten me? Cops! Cops!
This is not going at all how I planned, but before I go to prison, let me tell you why I might be right. Well, while OpCat introduces exciting possibilities for Bitcoin, it's important to consider here are some reasons that OpCat might not be the best thing. Well, it's had historical issues. It was available in early versions of Bitcoin, but disabled due to concerns about its potential for causing memory usage issues. Reintroducing it could resurface some of those problems and impact the performance of the network, ma'am.
I don't care. Look at my car.
I'm already going to prison, so, well, let's talk about complexity and security risks. Introducing a new opcode like OpCat increases the complexity of the Bitcoin protocol. Complexity can lead to unintended vulnerabilities and security risks, ma'am.
You're crazy. You're crazy.
Well, it's too late for me, so I might as well go on. Now, let's talk about the soft fork activation. The proposed activation of OpCat involves a soft fork, which can be a complex and contentious process. Achieving consensus among the Bitcoin community for a soft fork may be challenging, and disagreements could lead to forks in the blockchain, potentially causing disruptions. There are unknown consequences to introducing OpCat. The issue is here, we need to keep Bitcoin simple. If you want smart contract type technology, go ahead and go to Ethereum. Go to a different blockchain, man. But do not bring that to Bitcoin. We need to keep it simple. We don't really know the full consequences of OpCat on Bitcoin, and we need to keep it stable. We don't know how nodes are going to be affected. We don't know how the community is going to be affected. We don't know what's going to happen once we're in prison. Wait, I can fly. Actually, I can't because I'm homeless. Man, would you mind sparing a quarter for the bus?
You're crazy. All I was doing was talking about my cat having to get an operation. Now my car.
Ma'am, I apologize. Would it help you if I helped extend your vehicle's car warranty?